Fear rarely begins with the danger that is visible in the present moment. Its deeper roots often exist in memory, uncertainty, vulnerability, and the mind's attempt to protect itself from pain. Fear is a survival emotion, designed to detect threats and prepare the body and mind to respond. But psychological fear can remain active even when there is no immediate physical danger. A person may fear rejection, failure, abandonment, humiliation, uncertainty, loss, intimacy, success, or becoming insignificant. These fears often develop through experiences that teach the mind what to avoid. A painful relationship can make closeness feel dangerous. Repeated criticism can make mistakes feel threatening. Betrayal can make trust feel unsafe. Humiliation can make visibility feel frightening. The mind remembers emotional pain and begins creating predictions designed to prevent its return. This is why fear can appear before anything has actually happened. The person imagines what could go wrong and experiences an emotional response to a future that does not yet exist. Over time, avoidance becomes the mind's preferred method of protection. If a situation is never entered, rejection cannot occur. If vulnerability is never shown, betrayal feels less likely. If an opportunity is never pursued, failure can be avoided. But avoidance creates a hidden cost. The person becomes protected from the feared experience, while also becoming disconnected from possibilities that could provide growth, connection, achievement, and meaning. Fear, therefore, does not always keep life safe. Sometimes it makes life smaller. The deeper psychology of fear involves the relationship between uncertainty and perceived ability to cope. People often believe they are afraid of a particular outcome when they are actually afraid of not knowing whether they could survive it emotionally. The mind wants guarantees that cannot exist. It wants certainty that relationships will remain stable, decisions will succeed, people will remain loyal, and the future will not contain painful surprises. When certainty is unavailable, imagination begins producing possibilities, and the mind often gives greater attention to threatening ones. This can turn ordinary uncertainty into constant vigilance. Healing does not mean eliminating fear. Fear contains valuable information, and sometimes it correctly identifies genuine danger. The goal is to distinguish protective fear from fear that has become excessively restrictive. A psychologically strong person can recognize fear without automatically obeying it. They can ask whether the threat is present, whether the evidence supports the prediction, and whether avoidance is actually protecting them or merely reinforcing the fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to act according to values, even while fear remains present. These can begin with small experiences that teach the nervous system that discomfort is survivable. A person can express an honest opinion despite fearing judgment. They can set a boundary. Despite fearing disappointment, they can pursue an opportunity despite fearing failure. They can allow themselves to become emotionally visible despite the possibility of rejection. Each experience creates evidence that uncertainty does not automatically lead to destruction. The deepest freedom from fear comes when a person stops demanding a life without risk and begins trusting their ability to respond when risk appears. You cannot control every outcome, prevent every loss, or guarantee that nobody will hurt you, but you can develop the inner strength to face uncertainty without abandoning yourself. Fear may remain a voice within you, but it does not have to become the author of your life.